We're planting in one of our tunnels, and the wind is blowing almost 40 miles an hour, so it's quite loud. We potted up. These are determinate red tomatoes. So determinate just means that they have like a concentrated fruit cluster or a set of fruit clusters. Indeterminate tomatoes will keep growing up, and then they have a flower cluster on either side, basically every other node or so. And these are, it's more concentrated, so as it goes along, you'll get like a cluster and then another cluster pretty rapid fire, so that the fruit set's much more concentrated. We potted them up so that we'd give them a jump start. And these are 4-inch pots. And here you can see the way that this is designed is to prevent root spiraling, so the bottom of the container is not round or perfectly uniform. And I just dig a hole. So we started this process by broad forking, so to break up the hard pan, kind of where the bottom of the rototiller is. Broad forking to aerate that soil. And then we did a real light rototiller pass, raked it. Then I dig with my handy dandy little trowel, set the tomato plant in, and then all I'm doing is covering around the base. Rachel is in advance of me, and she's pruning off fruit clusters. So you can see there's like a wound on top of my finger right there. That's where she pulled a flower cluster off. We want them to focus on sending out roots rather than on fruit. And it is hot in here. These will probably start bearing mature fruit in the first week or second week of July, is my guess. And the cherry tomatoes maybe by the end of June. So we did 2 rows of cherry tomatoes earlier today and a row of cucumbers. And then we have one more bed in here that will have a later determinate tomato planting in about 3 weeks from now. So, and this is how we do in the hoop house tomatoes. We end up trellising them on a line up to the wires that you see up above. And that's just high tensile wire. And we prune and trellis on a weekly basis for a number of weeks, and then come in and pick twice a week. So it sounds fairly simple. It's very, very hot in the summer when we do this. This is always like the first task of the day. So, but the whole crew really likes doing tomatoes in the tunnel.